Today is the extraordinary beginning of a new era. My name is Jared, and I have been craving the very sight of typewritten letters for a long time, as well as the sounds of native languages of the South American continent for even longer. I know I've been on a break, but various things have been happening in my life. Rosh Hashanah, death of my Uncle Jamie, but aside from the various happy happenings as well as deep sadness, in the honor of all that I hold dear, I will continue to venture forward towards all of my goals, and I hope you do the same. Okay, so let's get reading. So, I think I'm gonna need to make this a bit bigger. So, ha'e, or just he'i, means he says. How would you say, he says, I lived here? Ha'e she'ai kokuri ape. Okay, compare the following. Ha'e oiko ape, he lives here. Ha'e he'i oiko ha'ape, he says that I live here. The ha follows the verb in the that clause. How would you say, he says that he studies? Ha'e he'i ostudio. I'll try that again. Ha'e he'i ostudiaha. So, ha, I think, is the, how do I put it? So it goes after the verb in the that clause. So instead of putting the that at the beginning of the that clause, you put it at the end. And so, for example, and you would say, he says that he studies, and the equivalent of that sentence with Guarani sentence structure would be, he says he studies that. I believe that's how it's to be understood. Okay, write and pronounce the following in Guarani. He says that he studies Guarani. Ha'e he'i ostudia ha Guarani. He says that he is studying Guarani. Ha'e he'i ostudia ha hina Guarani. Okay, he says that he is listening. Ha'e he'i ohendu ha hina. Compare the following. Ha'e he'i ostudia ha. He says that he studies. Ha'e he'i kori ostudiaha. He says that he studies. How would you say, he said that he listens? Ha'e he'i kori ohenduha. Write and pronounce the following in Guarani. He said that he talks Guarani. Ha'e he'i kori onye ha'i Guarani. He said that he listens. Ha'e he'i kori ohenduha. He said that he is listening. Ha'e he'i kori ohenduha hinna. Okay. He says that he says, he said that he says it. Ha'e he'i kori heiha. Remember, the na'e is used to form a question in the recent past. How would you ask, what did he say? Ma'e he'i na'e. How would you answer, he said that he knows? Ha'e ne'i kori oinkuaha. Okay, nte is just. Iporante means just fine. Inte means just or no mas. What would Guarani inte mean? Just Guarani. Mishimi means a little. What would Mishiminte mean? Just a little. Yeah, it took me until 85 pages into this book in order to memorize this phrase that I should have probably encountered on page 4. Indeed, but again, not every textbook can please everyone. It's been very fantastic thus far, I should say. How would you say the following in Guarani? I speak just a little. She anya mishiminde. Okay, I think I mixed up the machine. It should be a T, so try that again. She anya mishiminde. Write and pronounce the following in Guarani. I am just fine. Iporante. Oh yeah, that word that I was literally hearing once every 5 seconds in the first 2 episodes. I want just one. Importa petente. Okay. Contrast the following. Ipora. It is fine. Iporante. It is just fine. Ipora itere. It is very fine. Ipora ite. The form itere or ite, when used with adjectives, can be translated very. Ipiahu means it is new. How would you say? It is very new. Ipiahu ite or ipiahu itere. Ite or itere is also used with other words. Agradecer interé means thanks a lot. Back questions versus intonation marked questions. To add some information given earlier, there are two ways of forming questions. One with a rising intonation, and two with an interrogative particle like pa. As a matter of fact, these illegible match contrasting types of questions. Compare the same question in English with different intonations. What and what? What? Okay, I think I got that. I'm not learning English today. I'm learning this language that somehow, on some level, is closer to my heart, despite the fact that English is my native tongue. Okay, the same contrast operates also in Guarani. Mae and maepa. I think I got that right. Upward intonation, as in English, requests a repetition, a confirmation, or something said. The illegible with pa requests new information. Let's say a friend of yours says he'll meet you at the blank. You don't hear the place. Would you ask mo pa or mo? And then finally, ma? Well, that's so fun to say. This lesson is brought to you by the word ma. I'm going to be using that all of the time. All of the time. Suppose you can't meet him there. You suggest that you will be working at the time. He doesn't know where you work. Would you ask ma'o pa or ma'o? And then ma'o pa. Okay, ma in Spanish, ya. Compare the use of ma in Guarani with the use of ya in Spanish. So, akaru ma, ya comí. I've eaten already. Akaru se ma, quiero comer ya. I want to eat now. Akaru ta ma, ya comeré. I'll eat now. Opama, ya terminó. Ya te acabó. That's all. Observe that ma does not have a simple equivalent in English. It is used where English would use the present perfect tense. How would you say, I have studied already? Estudiama. When it is not used in a past context as the approximate equivalent of the English present perfect tense, I'm never going to say that. That sounds like a tongue twister. It can usually illegible by already or now. See, be, and C. How would you say, I want to study now? Estudiar sema. How would you say, I'll study now? Estudiar dama. Notice that in all the examples, the Spanish equivalent of ma is ya. If ajá means me voy, how would you translate ajá dama in Spanish? Ya me voy. How would you translate, oh, okay, I can't read this, skipping. Okay, neira guetere, not yet, or neira pa. Both of those mean not yet. Study the following dialogue. Okay then. Okay, neira pa. Okay, neira pa recaro. Haven't you eaten yet? Neira guetere, not yet. Or neira guetere acaro. I have not eaten yet. The negative form of the statement acarume, I've eaten already, is neira guetere acaro. I haven't eaten yet. How would you say, I haven't studied yet? Neira guetere estudiar. The negative form of the question recaruma pa, have you eaten yet, is neira pa recaru. Haven't you eaten yet? How would you say, haven't you studied yet? Neira pa estudiar. To review, the statement not yet is neira guetere. The question not yet is neira pa. Okay, continue. I got plenty of time. Summary. The verb future is expressed by a verb plus ta. Estudiata. I will study. Ohenduta. He is going to listen. A statement in the recent past is expressed by kuri after the verb. Estudiar kuri. I studied. A question in the recent past is expressed by ra'e after the verb. So, mae pa estudiar. What did he study? A verb plus kua is the know how to form. Anye kua. I know how to speak. Pe estudiar kua. You all know how to study. Ikatu plus a verb is be able to, or can, or may form. Ikatu pa anye ko aga. Can I talk now? Ikatu oi kua. It's possible that he knows. Want something. Ipota is used to say want something. Aipota pente lapis. I want a pencil. Aipota ndene estudiar. I want you to st. Yeah. Apparently, the typewriters are not godly machines. They are not impeccable. Sometimes ink is lacking. He said that. That, as in, he said that, is expressed by ha, following the verb. He said that he lives here. He says that he knows. Indirect object. The indirect object is marked by pe. Ask Carlos if he knows. Talk to Maria. Indirect object pronouns. The regular pronouns she, ne, one, and ñande plus ve form the indirect object pronouns. Cheve to me, neve to you, oneme to us, ñandeve to us inclusive. The regular pronoun pe plus me is the indirect object pronoun for you all. Pe me to all of you. The indirect object pronoun for the third person, hae, is shupe. The I can't read that is optional. For they, hae quera becomes ishupe quera. Ishupe to him, ishupe quera to them. Nte means just or no más. Mishiminte, just a little, un poquito, no más. Pa plus intonation marked questions. Okay, questions are formed in two ways. With upward intonation asking for repetition or confirmation, and with pa or other enclitic requesting new information. Ma'e, what? Asking for a repeat. Ma'e pa, what? Asking for information. So, Spanish. Yeah, there's no single English equivalent for the Guarani word ma. It may be translated by present perfect tense or by already and now, depending on the context. The Spanish equivalent of ma is ya. Okay, estudiar ma. I have studied already. Ya estudié. Estudiar sema. I want to study now. Quiero estudiar ya. Opama. That's all. Ya es todo. Okay, not yet. Try that. The statement I can't say anything today. Blah 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 blah. The question, not yet. Haven't you played yet? Not yet. Okay, written exercises. Yeah, I don't know what those are. Okay, listening in. Okay, skip. Memorization. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and read that dialogue once more. Actually, once. And I am going to conclude with this. And then I am going to fast forward this to the page that I'll be leaving off at. So, dialogue 1. Mae pare japo hina. Where are you going? Estudiar hina Guarani. I'm studying Guarani. Oh, sorry. Take 2. Mae pare japo hina. What are you doing? Not going. Estudiar hina Guarani. I'm studying Guarani. Mae pare japo ta coero. What are you going to do tomorrow? Coero a estudiar ta Guarani ave. I'm going to study Guarani tomorrow too. Yes, let's all join the Duolingo group. The Duolingo clubs, I think that's actually called. Maybe I should actually set one up. If this video gets enough likes, 10 or more, I will actually set up a Duolingo club, and I will name it the Jared Gimbel Guarani Duolingo Club. I wonder what good that will create for the world. Okay. What do all of you want me to do? We want to listen to Guarani. Speak to us in Guarani. Speaking of which, if you know of any good Guarani music, please let me know. Please let me know. I'm craving it. What do you want me to tell you? Tell us where you live. Well, that sounds threatening. I live here. Okay. So, dialogue 3. May I speak in Spanish? Do you know how to speak Guarani? I do, but only a little. La gente quiera o ha'aroreña e Guarani me. The people expect you to speak in Guarani. La umpe isharo anye e ha'ata anye e Guarani me. In that case, I will try to speak Guarani. That is a fantastic and inspiring note to leave this class on. This idea that despite the various painful histories of post-colonialism, there are people that really want to learn a lot more about the many cultures, the indigenous cultures of this hemisphere, some of which have been subjected to great and extraordinary pain that white people like me can't imagine. And so until then, this is Jared letting you know that your culture has worth to this planet and to all of us as humans. Have a good one, and see you next time.